Hey finders, and welcome back to Fortune Finds, and welcome to another foundation wear test video, or in this case I should say BB cream wear test video. I have worn this BB cream before. If you do follow me on Instagram, I did a little Insta stories, get ready with me, where I tried this BB cream for the first time ever. And at the end of the day, which really wasn't a day, I kind of wore this BB cream for 4 hours. I really liked it, but my fiance Mike wasn't really a big fan. Today I have a lot to do. I'm going to do my mom's makeup. I'm dropping off a ton of makeup that I no longer want or just don't have the room for to my sister. And I'm going to hang out with Mike, obviously, because I live with him. So I'm going to be asking my family members what they think of my face throughout the day, and then come to the conclusion as to whether or not I would recommend this BB cream to you. The BB cream that we are putting to the test today, as you will know by the title of this video, is the Purlisse Radiant Glow Illuminating BB Cream with an SPF of 30. Y'all know I love myself an SPF 30. I love a dewy, luminous finish to my face. I just find that it's super useful. If you are new here and you're wondering what my skin is like, I definitely do have combo leaning to dry. However, right now my skin is extremely textured, more textured than usual, and I do have some breakouts going on. And throughout the video, I give you guys different lighting. We're gonna do natural lighting. You're gonna see it in all different lightings. So we're gonna get very up close and personal today. That is usually how we do it here on my channel during my wear test videos. So yeah, we're gonna get a little bit closer, and I'm so excited to hop into this video. But before we do, make sure that you subscribe and ring the bell before this video comes to the end. I would love for you to join my little Fortune Finds family. We are 550 subscribers strong and growing. I love each and every one of you, and I really do thank you guys for joining me on a weekly basis to talk about beauty, makeup, skincare, and everything else that, just makes life so much happier, at least in my opinion, and I think in your opinion as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop in today's wear test video. So I have my little sample size of the Purlisse Radiant Glow Illuminating BB Cream with an SPF 30. I'm in the shade light medium. When I try out a new foundation, I try to put as little skincare on my face prior to applying the foundation, just because that will give me a good sense of what my skin needs to make this foundation better. So I am just going to use the serum. This is the Vichy Mineral 89 serum, and I am like literally on the last leg of this, so I'm really just like screwing the top off and then just applying this like this, so don't mind me. And this really absorbs into my skin beautifully, so it's going to give a little bit of moisture, but at the same time, it's really not going to create a layer that's going to move that foundation or BB cream. I feel like I always call BB creams foundation just because you go in with them like a foundation, so I do apologize if that gets a little confusing. I am so excited for today. I'm going to my parents'. I'm going to do my mom's makeup because I need to practice my makeup skills, and I need to submit a homework for beauty school. So I'm going to go to my parents, spend some time with them. I'm applying this with my Hourglass foundation brush. This is very, very light coverage. Like, it's almost like I'm not wearing anything. But I do find that when I step away from these bright lights, it is a little bit more, not full coverage, but it gives more coverage. I'm going to apply it on this side of my face with my hands, with my fingers. And I'm kind of like spreading it and then tapping it into my skin, kind of like I would with a brush. It's giving a little bit more coverage with my fingers than with a brush, because a brush, the bristles will suck up some of that coverage, kind of like a sponge. You know how a sponge takes away the excess product? Well, a brush does that too. It just doesn't do it as much as a sponge. It's more textured on the brush side than it is on the finger side. So I'm just gonna take my fingers and pat my skin on this side just to make it a little bit more even, so it doesn't look like cake face on one side and then not cake face on the other side. I don't know if you can see, like, along my brow how cakey it is. You can still see my pimples. You can still see a little bit of my scarring on my chin. So it's not foolproof. It's not full coverage. You can see some of my sunspots over here. And on first application, it does kind of look matte on my skin. It will get dewier. It will get a little bit more glistening. But on initial application, you're kind of just like, wow, is this mattifying or is this dewy? I don't know, but I do promise you within 30 minutes or so, it will get a little bit more luminous. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna use the products that I apply all the time. And the reason why I do that, guys, is just because any foundation that you introduce to your makeup wardrobe, you're gonna want it to play well with the products that you love, the products that you use on a day-to-day basis, because the foundation could be amazing. And while it could be amazing, it could also not pair well with the rest of your makeup collection. And if that's the case, then you really have no space for that foundation unless you wanna go ahead and buy all new products. So I will say it's looking very textured on my chin, around my mouth, just like those troubled areas. And it does look textured in the areas where I layered my contour, my bronzer. But I have a feeling that this foundation is going to really adapt to my skin. In the beginning, foundations don't typically look great on my skin because I do have that dry skin. But after time, just letting them sit on my skin, it kind of glazes over that texture and doesn't sit into my pores and doesn't really grasp onto my dry patches. So I feel like it's going to get better as the day progresses, but that's why we're doing a wear test, because we're going to find out if it does indeed do such a thing. My Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. You guys know I love this. This is my favorite contouring, my favorite liquid contouring product. When I applied it on top of this BB cream, it really stayed put. Sometimes when I apply this on top of other foundations, it kind of gets lost. It really stayed in place. That pigment really stayed put and it blends it out beautifully. So I was very, very impressed with that. And I think like my skin overall looks really good. It's just like super up close. I can see the little imperfections. I can see it's like sitting in my pores, in my troubled areas. But like from a distance where a normal, human would interact with me and see me, it looks really pretty. So it feels really great on my skin. It feels like I'm wearing nothing. Let's go ahead, let's hop into the day, and I cannot wait to see what this foundation brings. I have been wearing this foundation for 5.5 hours. I've been kind of busy, so I haven't been able to check in, but I've been wearing this for a while. I pulled down my mirror, I checked myself out in natural lighting, and I kind of have some thoughts. I think you're gonna be able to tell that my face is a little bit textured. You can definitely see my pores, my pimples, the texture around my chin, but I don't feel like I look greasy. I feel like I look dewy and it looks really youthful, and I'm not mad at it. Ignore my mascara, that will not come out of my car seat. It is what it is, but it is really pretty. And I have to say, like, it's staying on my face really well. So I feel like for BB cream, this has really nice, long-lasting power. Like, I feel like for 5.5 hours, it really hasn't moved. I don't have any bald spots, and I feel like my makeup just overall looks really good on top of the BB cream and has really stayed put. Like, my blush is there, my contour's there, my wrinkles on my head, my fine lines, like, don't look great in the camera, but in real life, they definitely look better now that I've been wearing this for a few hours. You can kind of see my pores, the texture around my mouth, but I feel like overall it looks pretty good. I'm not hating this. I like this. This is a really nice BB cream. And like I said, I think it just makes my skin look really even and it gives more coverage than I personally would expect a BB cream to give. My car sounds really weird. All right, I am fighting for the last bit of daylight. I do just want to apologize if it sounds really loud in here. I don't know what's going on with my car. I need to bring it to get some maintenance. Do you hear like that really annoying noise? I'm very sorry. I would say if you have pores, if you have fine lines, maybe I would think twice about this, but I think a lot of it has to do with how much you apply. If you apply too much, I think it's really going to accentuate everything. But if you keep it to a minimum and you don't apply a lot, then I really don't think it will show as much texture. I don't look like an oil slick. I just look really dewy and my skin looks really glowy. And it's pretty hot out today. Like, it's 76 degrees right now. It is kind of humid and I have been sweating. Like when I was doing my mom's makeup, I was like sweating profusely because she had me like hysterical laughing when I was trying to apply her mascara. I wish I would have got that on video. Texture, my fine lines. Ignore this because that's like really my concealer. That's nothing to do with my foundation. But you can see like all of the bumps, the texture on my face. I have to ask you a question.
What's the question?
What do you think of my foundation?
I don't like it.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, what don't you like about it? Can you be a little bit more specific?
It looks cakey
Where?
on your cheeks.
On my cheeks.
And it also looks shiny.
This is my last and final check-in. I have been wearing this BB cream, foundation, whatever the F you want to call it, for the last 10 hours. I did go online and I was doing a little bit of research on this product. And this is actually a newer version of Purlisse's original BB cream. So they have an original Perfect Glow BB cream, which is more matte, but gives somewhat of a luminous finish, whereas this one is just a super glowy finish. The big difference between the two, which I felt a certain way about, their Perfect Glow BB cream comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 shades, 4 light shades, 4 medium shades, and 3 dark shades. So that's a decent range, and this is not me making excuses for them, but BB cream, it doesn't really need to match your exact shade because it is very sheer and it does have light coverage. However, this one that we're testing out in this video is a newer formula. I think they're trying to test out the market to see how this one does, maybe before expanding the shade range. But for me, it's really disappointing that there's only 4 shades. There's a fair, there's a light medium, and there's a medium. So I am wearing the second to last darkest shade, which I'm pretty light. Like I'm pretty fair. In my opinion, they should have just come out with a fair, a medium, and a deep. Like light, medium, dark. Why didn't we just do that? Why wasn't that the thought process? Purlisse, next time maybe when you come out with a new product, like include a deep shade in there. Just a thought. At the end of the day, it was very clear that Mike did not like this BB cream. And for me, I don't like it so much now, just for the simple fact that I saw that there are minimal shades. But I have to say, I definitely like this BB cream more than I liked my NARS Sheer Glow foundation. I looked like a greasy, buttery oil slick when I wore the NARS foundation, and this one, I don't feel like I look like a greasy oil slick. I feel like I just look dewy with a hint of grease, which I could just go in and powder and I think it would really look okay. This is antioxidants in it with light reflecting pigments, so I feel like while it doesn't give a lot of coverage, like I've said numerous times throughout this video, the fact that it bounces light off of my face definitely gives it like more coverage without needing more coverage. I hope that makes sense. While it doesn't feel like anything, I did get a little irritated every now and then, especially in my chin and mouth region, so it can be a little irritating. I think it is kind of pricey for a sheer coverage foundation. It's $35. You get 1.4 ounces. I would definitely recommend going for the IT Cosmetics CC cream. So it's very similar in the fact that it is a moisturizer. However, the CC cream gives a little bit more coverage, and I find that since it is a thicker formula, it doesn't move around as much. So this definitely like moved into my fine lines. As Mike said, I look a little cakey. It did migrate into my pores, so you can see the texture in my face. I have little bumps around my mouth, so it definitely accentuated any texture. It definitely accentuated my fine lines a little bit. But again, I'm really not mad at it. I think when you're gonna go in and apply this, less is more. So the more you put on your face, the more it's gonna move around, the more it's gonna make your pores, your pimples, your wrinkles look worse. So just use a very small amount, and I would apply with your fingers. I found that a brush really did make it more textured. Like, even though I went in and I was patting this side of my face to get it to be a little bit less cakey upon first application, this side just looks so much better than this side. You guys let me know what exactly it is you think. What do you think about this? Do you think I look worse with this on? If you have tried the original Purlisse BB cream, let me know down below. If you do have a favorite foundation or a favorite BB cream, be sure to let me know as well. I'm always on the hunt and I'm always in the market. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I had so much fun hanging out with you throughout my day today. If you have not subscribed, make sure to do so. Ring the bell to get that notification every time I'm uploading a new video here on my channel, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, finders. Mwah.